Hello and welcome to the channel. It's your boy, Mr. Steve, with some smart money news you can use. And today we're breaking down a trend that's quietly unfolding across the US economy. A growing list of major companies cutting jobs in 2026. Now, you may have seen a headline here or there about layoffs at Amazon, Citigroup, or even Pinterest. But when you start to look at the data all together, a bigger picture begins to form. So, who's cutting jobs? Why is it happening? And most importantly, what does this mean for everyday workers right now? So, without further ado, grab that notepad and let's go. Why? Because this one could affect your wallet. According to Business Insider, layoffs are already underway in 2026, and the year is just getting started. Companies that have announced job cuts include Amazon, eliminating roughly 16,000 corporate roles globally. Citigroup continuing its plan to cut about 20,000 jobs, which is roughly 10% of its workforce. Pinterest cutting less than 15% of its workforce as it shifts toward an AI-forward strategy. And UPS planning to reduce its workforce by 30,000 roles. This is alongside dozens of other companies filing legally required WARN layoff notices, including Nike, Meta, Lululemon, and Expedia. Last year alone, Business Insider tracked layoffs at more than 65 major companies, and 2026 is already following that trend. So, is this all about artificial intelligence, or is something else driving these decisions? Up next, let's take a closer look at why companies say this is happening. What's important here is how companies are explaining these cuts. Based on company filings, earnings calls, and reporting, the most common reasons cited include cost-cutting and efficiency efforts, overexpansion during the post-pandemic hiring surge, organizational streamlining, tariff and supply chain complexity, and yes, you guessed it, selective use of artificial intelligence. In fact, a World Economic Forum survey found that about 40% of companies globally expect workforce reductions over the next 4 years due to AI. But that same report also found that jobs in big data, fintech, and AI itself are expected to double by 2030. And while most headlines stop at who's cutting jobs, the next question workers usually ask is, what does this all mean for me? So, up next, let's dive into what you can do now. Across layoff cycles, workers who stabilize faster tend to focus on a few consistent areas. Here are 3 areas past reporting suggests people usually look at first. Number 1, understand your financial runway before you need it. One of the most common mistakes during layoffs is not knowing what resources are already available. Workers who feel more in control tend to understand how paid time off is handled, what severance policies look like, how unemployment benefits work, and what short-term backup options exist if income changes, such as reviewing your savings or your existing investment accounts. This doesn't mean using everything, however. It just means knowing what exists so decisions aren't made under pressure. Number 2, make sure your skills are job ready and not just job titled. Another pattern we see during restructuring cycles is that companies don't just eliminate roles, they redefine them. Hiring often shifts away from titles and towards skills, especially as teams consolidate. People who land on their feet faster usually start getting their resumes ready and watching job openings early before money gets tight. This step is less about panic and more about preparation, planning a potential re-entry into the workforce ahead of time. Number 3, watch where hiring continues, not just where cuts dominate. Layoffs don't mean the job market disappears. They mean the job market is just changing shape. Based on workforce reporting and labor data, sectors that have continued hiring include healthcare support roles, IT and cybersecurity, logistics and supply chain coordination, AI operations and tool management, customer support, finance, and the government. The takeaway here isn't to just chase trends or headlines, it's to understand where demand remains steady. So there you have it. In case you missed it, the smart money news you can use. Let me know down below, does this trend concern you, or are you already seeing it play out in your industry? And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay in the know. Also, tap this playlist right here for more smart money news that may affect you and your wallet. And until next time, I've got nothing but love for you, and keep hustling.